Okay, today we're going to talk about your most precious asset, time. I must confess that my relationship with time has had its ups and downs. I used to think that I never had enough of it, but then my coach reminded me that we all have the same amount of it. If that's true, then how come so many people get so much done in life and create so much value for the world while others struggle? What I've found is that successful people have learned how to value their time properly and choose how they spend their time in ways that maximizes their impact in the world and the outcomes that they achieve in every area of their life. Let's take a closer look at some of the perspectives on time value to give you some things to think about in your own life and your own relationship to time. To start off, let's look at two separate dimensions of time value. You've probably heard the phrase, time is money. This comes into play in your vocation, of course, and in your investments. For today's purposes, however, when I'm talking about time and money, I'm only talking about how your active time in your vocation translates to money. I am not talking about time value of money via investments. So the first dimension is how you choose time to create money value in your life. The second dimension is how you choose time to create life value in your life. Notice that in both of these time value dimension descriptions, I'm using the word choose instead of the more common term of taking time in relationship to time. Let's be clear. You're not taking time when you decide what to do in the present moment. You're choosing either consciously or unconsciously what you do every single waking moment. So let's make sure you're choosing your time wisely relative to money and life value. To help you out in choosing your time wisely, I'm going to build out the money and life dimensions of time value on the slide and provide some examples. First, let's lay out these dimensions in a quadrant of high and low value on both dimensions of money and life. In the high life, low money value portion of the quadrant, we see things like relationships, eating well, exercise, personal development, and some books and movies. Why do I say some books and movies? Because honestly, most of them are pieces of crap. Excuse my French. In the low life, low money value portion of the quadrant, we see things like accounting, bookkeeping, chores. This is my perception, of course. Some of you may find accounting your true passion in life. I don't know. But for me, those are low value in terms of they don't produce money for me, and I don't particularly get a lot of life joy out of them. So I put them in the chores category. In the low life value, high money value portion of the quadrant, we see things like your job, if you're not excited about it. It brings you money, but it doesn't really bring you a lot of life. Marketing for me is something, and sales for me is something that brings me money, but I don't particularly enjoy it. It's not my passion in life, but I know that I have to do it relative to my business. So what's in the high life, high money portion of the quadrant? Well, of course, it's what this blog is all about. Living your true or soul purpose and getting paid well to do it. If you can create a business around what you truly love and what you're passionate about, then you've hit the bullseye. You're living your passion, living your truth, bringing your gifts to the world, and getting paid well to do it. That's the ultimate. Why is there so much blank space on this slide? Because there are negative value sides of these two axes as well. What shows up here is what I call the life, money, time wasteland. It's where things like most, if not all news lives, most books and movies, addictions, and all escapisms. These are things that really take away, or it's a negative impact on both your time and money dimensions of your life. And it sucks the life out of you. So where are you spending your time? I hope that this has brought some value to you this week, and I want you to go off and think about this stuff, because next week we're going to come back and take the next step in how do we look at time and measure time in a way that really enlivens us and allows us to live in that high life, high money quadrant where you hit the bullseye, you're living your passion, and you're getting paid well to do it. Have a great week.